evening for you is not 9 o'clock?
Yeah, like from 8, 9. That's when the evening starts, but I know for you it's different.
Juan Carlos, congrats on the win. When the dynamic of Yasmin Ryan and Rose LaBelle is clicking together the way it did today, how many different kinds of options does it open up for what this team can do?
I think that connection is something that we've seen developing, and I think the combinations are endless. I think Rose is already at that point where she's one of the best midfielders, offensive midfielders, not only in this country but in the world. And I think we spoke internally as well about how important she was offensively and defensively for the US, and she did it again today. So amazing when she arrived to defending the box and adding that to her game with us. And then Jazz is on the way to be one of those players too. I think she's showing that, taking responsibility, different positions, and when they connect together, I think there is special things happening. But without forgetting the other ones, I think the same with Delaney and Rose, the same with Jazz and Ella. I think the team is in a very good place. I think for us getting everyone back in has been super special, and we know we are in a position where these players are enjoying, they know what to do, they feel the freedom to execute certain things and express themselves on the ball, and obviously that is where, for example, Jazz and Rose are very special. So yeah, very, very happy with them too and with their teammates.
And how much does a result of today's nature, both the goals and the clean sheet, in the first game back where they're all really integrating, knowing that it's going to be just a sprint for the rest of the year in so many ways, but also with the Champions Cup complicated things. How much confidence does that give the manager of what is currently a fourth-place team to say, yeah, we've got this?
Well, I think it was extremely important for us this game. We spoke internally about how we are starting this final part of the season now that everyone is back in, and how we are in the position we wanted to be. I think we're in a position that nobody has ever been before, because in the women's game there's not been a team with this many games, traveling as much as we're going to travel in midweek, and we're the team in the league that's going to play the most games from now till the end of the year, hopefully including the playoff obviously, but until the playoff. The team is ready. We've seen that before the Olympics, we've seen that during the Olympics with our Olympic players going there, and it was a very important day today to bring everyone together, keep another clean sheet. I think with the Summer Cup, this is the 5th one in a row, which is fantastic, and keep building, because we know now we're not going to have a lot of time to prepare games. It's going to be about, okay, so this is what we do. We go execute, players in, players out, everyone adding, and that's what we saw today, and we saw how we can keep making Gotham successful while we make our game fun as well.
What was it like having all of the Olympians now back in the squad, for training, and now obviously a few of them today, and how soon do you expect probably all of them to be back in the team?
Well, I think that obviously it's been fantastic. They are part of us, so having them back in is fantastic, because they are part of the team. I think I want to give them a lot of credit. They've come in, and it's never easy coming under stress and that kind of competition, coming back to your club live, and they've all come in. You could see them today eager to play, eager to help, doing extra when when they had time off to try to make sure that they could be ready for this game and ready to play some minutes. We saw it obviously with Tiana, with Emily, with Jenna. We've seen it with Anne. I think Rose, all of them have been able to play, and then Lina and Krista, they are not far off, but they've really been like little knocks here and there, so hopefully we can get them all back in, ready to be called upon the task when they need to be. So yeah, super happy to have them back.
Obviously last season you finished 6th despite winning the championship, but between the last couple of weeks, which has been a very strong sign of your depth, and obviously the fact that you now have 7 Olympians back, do you feel like the team is is it exactly where it needs to be? Are you exactly where you wanted the team to be when you mapped out your plans at the start of the season?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a coach that says, I want to be here or I want to be there. Obviously, I think, I want to win every game, so I'm always thinking of winning every game, but I don't know how unrealistic is that. But we wanted to get to this point of the season being where we are, we're being in a position good on the league. Obviously, we wanted to be the first, but we are not. In the Summer Cup final, with our Olympians being successful, so helping them with what we've done before to do that, and ready to compete in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. No, I think for us it's about the next game, and yeah, I think the season is going well, but nothing changes. We're gonna work extremely hard now from this moment to make sure that we prepare that big challenge next week against Orlando, and then from there we go directly to Costa Rica to play midweek. It's gonna be a lot, but we're playing game by game. Everyone in there is eager to play, eager to help. I think you could see today how happy everyone was, and for me that's my job, and I love it. So yeah.
When it comes to Champions League, in Europe, teams are used to playing midweek games, even on the women's game. In the men's game, obviously, we spent an hour talking about how many teams are used to this and sign players accordingly and all that. But now that this is going to be a first-time experience for this team, how important is it to have a big number of players who have been through the rhythm of a 3-game week, whether it's even in a World Cup or an Olympics, they're used to the timing schedule. So they know what to do with their bodies, and they can tell other players just as much as you can what it's going to be like. How important is that?
Yeah, I think that's key. I think the individual responsibility we give to our athletes, they are top professionals, and everyone recovers are slightly different. We've done a lot of work already with the high performance team, the medical team, to with me to manage loadings and certain things about playing time, but at the same time them giving extra tips to the players, adapting things internally, doing things that not only to recover but to do injury prevention. We're putting a lot of effort into that, and yeah, those 3-game weeks are gonna be key. I think we've done a couple already this year with quite successfully with good results, and I'm really looking forward. I think obviously it's going to be tiring for us as well, more games to prepare, a lot of miles to cover, but that's the beauty of being us. I always say that the better teams, the better clubs are the ones playing the more games, because to win more things you need to play more games, and that's where we want to be. Will it be ideal that we have maybe in the future a B team or bigger rosters, things like that they're working, the league is talking and trying to do internally while we are growing? I think so as well, but I think we're ready for it. We're preparing, and now we're focused, switches quickly to Orlando, because we have a very big game there.
Any other questions? Stacey?
Coach Juan, they were talking a little bit about the system, and Yasmin was talking about that as well. How important is it for you to be able to find people that are wanting to buy into, I guess, what you're doing, and just talk about a little bit your interactions with the teams and getting them through moments like having people go away for Olympics and then come back to Olympics and just share some of those experiences?
Yeah, well, I think that's the key, making sure that our players have clear understanding of what to expect tactically, or what to do. I think we do a lot of work, especially on both sides, defensive and offensively, but where we are very clear onto what roles, we don't call it positions, but what roles each player needs to do in order to understand first the role that they are doing, secondly the roles of the people around them to help them and to fill them in when they are not there, and then having that clarity, what it allows them is also to have more freedom on the ball, and that's what we try to do, obviously with certain patterns or things that we think are important for us, but yeah, I think it's massively important. But a lot of the credit goes to the players. They really help each other. Obviously, people that was here has helped in the integration of the new players. The new players are already there, already have very clear, I think comparing this window to the other 2 windows, or big windows we had before, now the players, you could see today, the international players, they were ready to compete straight away, because they know what to expect, what to do on the pitch. They didn't need to do a big recap or they know what we do, they know how we play, and then they know they can express themselves. So it's a lot of this credit goes to their interactions with each other and to the rest of the coaches that work with me every day. Brody, Jen, Sean, they've been fantastic, helping taking care of the details individually, collectively, and obviously you don't see the guys here every day, but I think a lot of the credit of the team doing so well at this point. I think we haven't lost again a game 11-11 since the 20th of April, playing 11-11. Obviously we lost to Washington when we went down to 10 players, but that's very hard. 5 clean sheets, and a lot of this credit needs to go to to these 4 people that works with me closely every day, and all the staff members behind the scenes, because they've been fantastic.